Hi, y'all. Choice here. Thanks again for joining me for another session of Choice Spirit. You know, I've been talking a little bit about environment, but I just want to say this. I go into these videos because I figured if we share, it gives us food for thought where maybe we can reflect on some things, see some things, maybe pull up some old stuff and plant some new seeds. So a lot of times I may hit on the topic and bring up various aspects that fit within the topic because it may hit a spot. Like when you have an itch and you need a scratch, or you have something like that, and someone knows how to hit the spot and scratch, we want to keep going through things so that we figure out what spots we need to work through to get through. So that's why I bring up topics over and over again. But this time I'm going to talk about environment infects our biology, our morals, our values, our ideologies, everything. For instance, if there's a man or woman that needs to feed their children, and they're in a village or a place where there's absolutely no food, and there's a neighbor next door with a big farmhouse of you name it, of everything you can think of to eat, and you're next door and you're hungry, you might go out in the middle of the night and try to get a potato or something, or some rice or some beans or some pull up one of her carrots, uh, take some fruit off her tree. Kind of like do things that you would not think to do. But if your family needed some food after 3, 4, 5 days, you may go ahead and take that chance. You might have asked and maybe they said no. But then you have those of us that are too proud to ask, so we would never ask. We'd rather go and sneak it and take it and figure, okay, forgive me. But what I'm saying is that environment can cause you to do things that you would not ordinarily do. Environment also, as a collective consciousness, has a certain energy that we end up becoming a part of that energy because it's very strong and we're magnetic, and so we begin to draw things out of that environment. Also, ideas and thoughts that come through. I went to an area where they had absolutely no trees. No, you did not see any trees, just concrete everywhere. You know? So imagine living in an environment where there's no trees, no greenery. That will cause you to maybe develop a certain way, one way or another, right? All internal, external environments. Your external environment draws at your internal, and your internal creates your external environment. Yeah. Infecting your each internal, because environment can affect your health and cause you to have health issues, all kinds of things. Okay, we're going to go into that. This is when you must use your mind. You really have to get pictures, hang pictures up all around you, put images on your phone, put something that you can actually look at or seeing all day, every day. When you go into the restroom, the bathroom, you go into your room, into the kitchen, put up images and make sure you take a moment. Let the images come from inside. You know, something that when you look at it, you just feel lifted. And you put those images around you. And you keep believing that this is where you're going. This is what you're doing. You already have all of these things. They have been given to you. And so this way, that will lift you out of any environment, knowing in your heart and mind that the images that you see, whether you imagine them, envision them, or just have images and videos of that, you just keep that. And you let yourself appreciate every bit of it. And after a while, those things will begin, your environment will shift. Something will happen where you will no longer fit the frequency. Your frequency will no longer vibe with that environment. Your frequency will no longer vibe with the environment that you are in. So it will have to change. Something will happen. Something will happen where it will shift you out of that environment. You don't know when, you don't know how, you don't know who. The only thing you know is just be true to yourself, go within, appreciate all great things, be joyful in the knowing that all that you're asking and looking forward to is definitely yours. Whatever it is that you're calling is calling for you. And that you're appreciating the journey, the pathway. And soon that environment will be something of the past, or what is perceived to be past. Well, if you desire to change your environment, you know what comes along with that? Changing your persona, changing your personality. They say your environment is a reflection of what's going on inside. So the moment you begin to change what's going on inside, it will reflect on the outside. And sometimes that change, well, most often, if not all times, you will have to change. The change in you will change all external conditions. That's just the way it is. Those are part of the laws that are set up here. And once you know these things, once you know and operate by these universal principles, by these spiritual principles, and what they call laws, it's a whole new world, a whole new you. Because then your frequency will connect you to all new things. Frequency change within will change all of what's without. Beautiful thing. But I'm going to keep talking because it works for me. It's for me as well. And I'm just sharing. And thank you so very much. Choice here. Much love. Peace.